All right, welcome to week 3, guys. Let's go through the CFW programming for this week. Monday is going to start with our back squat work. The structure looks like this. We're going part A, build and prep, kind of like a warm up. We're doing 3 sets of 5, building up to our working weight that we'll do in part B, which is going to be 5 sets of 5, all at kind of 1 to 2 reps in reserve. So we want to be building up a little bit heavier than last week there. So whatever you did last week, you're gonna add a little bit more, but just different way to kind of feel it. So when you do your 5 reps, it's like you probably have maybe 1 or 2 more left in the tank. So it is getting pretty challenging for you compared to the weight that you did last week. If you are newer to the back squats, this is like your first week. Don't even worry about that number. Just get really comfortable with doing back squats, just the movement itself. So overall, we're going to be doing 8 sets of 5 because we got 3 sets of 5 in the beginning as increasing weights, and then we got 5 sets of 5 here. So just use all 8 sets to work on just getting familiar with the movement. All of these, so both parts A and B, are going to be done on an interval. So every 3 minutes on the clock, you guys are going to be doing a set of 5. So use the first half to build and prep. The second half is going to be your working sets there. Tempo, 2 seconds down, no pause at the bottom, fast up, and then give yourself some time at the top to kind of reset as needed. So a lot of lower body strength to start with, and then our workout's going to be a great workout to just get the week started. So we got 6 cal row and then 6 alternating hang dumbbell snatches, followed by 12 and 12, 18 and 18, 24, 24, and then last round of 30, that last big chunk. So this one's about hanging on and seeing how long you can maintain unbroken snatches and just keep pushing the pace. The reps are getting higher, so we need to kind of pace it out in a way that we don't like sprint the first half because it's lower sets. We want to be kind of smart about, hey, how we're going to maintain this when we get to the round 24 and 30. Today, I want you to also play around with the intensity. So choose a progression with like the dumbbell weights and even with your rowing too as well. It's like, let's push the intensity a little bit as long as our form and positioning is there to allow for that. If that's suffering just to get intensity, then I'd always kind of dial it back and kind of find that sweet spot. Basically, it's like I would think of it like if you're losing positions and you're just more worried about going fast, then we want to dial it back. We want to just be like just below before that. We don't want to get to the point where we're losing that form and technique. So that's the idea of today. So intensity, we want to try to see if we can dial that intensity in a little bit. I know that's not something every time we want to do, but we want to also introduce that once in a while too as well to get into that different zone. So that's Monday's workout. Tuesday, we got our 5-round workout, 1 minute of the blunders, 1 minute wall balls, 1 minute biking calories, and then 1 minute rest. We're done those 5 rounds. We're going to actually finish with a 10-minute cool down on the bike. Just easy pace, just getting the blood flowing a little bit. Also trying to get like any lactic acid kind of out of the legs, flushed out a little bit as best we can. And I always like doing this, especially after you do something a little bit more taxing cardiovascularly. It's good to just kind of get your body to calm down a little bit, just like bring that intensity down. So it'll be a good little workout. The idea is to build your engine in this workout. So pay attention to being as consistent as possible with your output of work every round. So with the double unders, the wall balls, and the calories, essentially the total number of reps you get at the end of each round, try to just maintain a consistent amount, maybe plus or minus 5 reps. If you can have a smaller bandwidth of tolerance within compared from one round to the other, the better you're going to get the stimulus of what the workout is today, which is building your engine. And the engine is about like being consistent. It's not about being like going as fast as possible and then crashing. We want to just be able to consistently do this sustainably. So focus on that today and adjust anything needed. So double unders, let's go with skips. Wall balls, go lighter or don't shoot the ball as high. Biking calories really just about the RPM here. It's just like what speed are you going to go at that you can still do this speed in the 5th round compared to your 1st round. So that's a good little tip to think about for the Tuesday workout there. And then our Wednesday workout, strength day. So we got some gymnastics in this one and a little bit of weightlifting. So we've been alternating between the pull-ups and the pushing movements. This week is our pull-ups. So we're going to look back 2 weeks ago and see how we did with our pull-ups. Basically, the idea is to pick some challenging progressions for a pull-up, 3 sets of 1 to 5 reps, and then 3 sets of 10 to 20 reps. To make this more clear, I know sometimes it can be like, oh, like just 1 rep. I want you guys to choose a rep that is hard or a progression that's hard and unbroken for these sets there. So we're just trying to keep that in mind. This is supposed to be, part A is supposed to be hard, like a difficult progression. Part B is going to be kind of like more about building stamina in those muscles that we use, biceps, lats, when we're doing these movements. So keep the progressions in mind, challenge yourself with this today, as long as you're keeping good positioning, good technique, everything nice and strict. And then our workout for the day is going to be intervals of deadlifts. So we got 1 minute of deadlifts at 225, 155, approximately 55% of your 1 rep max, 1 minute of wall walks after that. Then we're going to rest. And we do that with 275, 175, so 60% of your 1 rep max, and then 1 minute of wall walks, and then same idea at the heaviest weight at the end there. I'm going to actually add, this is in real time, looking at the week, I'm going to add one more round. So we're going to go with 70% here, and I would say 365, and we're looking at 225. Okay, so these numbers, I would, if your 1 rep max obviously is below these, or like it kind of stops at one of these guys, look at the percentages, focus on that, like the 55%, 60, and 65, and 70%. Those are approximate numbers you can use. Obviously you can get a lot more dialed in with the individual, but I would say for myself, when I'm doing this workout, this is what the weights should feel like, and this is the stimulus of today's strength. So when I'm doing 225, it feels lighter compared to that 275, and 225 is something that maybe I'm doing like in that round, somewhere between 15 25 reps in that 1 minute there. So that means is like, let's pick a weight where you guys can do that as well. Want to get that same kind of stimulus. This is like a moderate light weight, and then we're going to gradually kind of build up. As we get to 365 or that 70%, you're doing like maybe 2-3 at a time. You're not doing as many reps there. So this is a workout to work on strength, but both with the deadlifts and the wall walks. Wall walks are a slow movement, really good upper body core strength movement there. So focus on the positioning, the technique when you guys are doing these movements, and then have a nice little ladder of weights. Use the percentages as references, or if you are comfortable with these weights, you can definitely use them as RX there. So that's Wednesday's workout, and we're going into April here. So we got Thursdays as our conditioning, low intensity day, keeping our body or moving. I just like these days, like personally over the years of training, over 17 years, like I've always went hard every single day, and it's fun. You can kind of get into the loop of that, but then sometimes it's good to just kind of like pull back a little bit and be able to do something that's more low intensity, low pressure, and just kind of have a little bit of fun too as well. It's like I don't have to go hard every single time. I want to be able to still keep moving, but not completely burn out my engine or like empty the tank every single time. And it's not necessary in order to get better. You need to be able to work with your body and your recovery. So I love these days. It's actually kind of like one of my favorite days to be able to just kind of like have lower pressure and just kind of move at an intensity that feels right for me. And that's the idea of Thursday. So AMRAP 40 at 60-70% of your kind of intensity or effort level, something that you can kind of have a conversation at. Like if you're doing this workout, you can like talk to somebody, say a couple sentences. This is not something that you're going so hard that like, okay, like you're not able to talk. So trying to find that kind of like right spot for you. And we're going for 40 minutes of 10 cal row, 20 cross-body mountain climbers, 30 single skips, 10 cal bike, 20-second hang, and then 30 single skips. A lot of these movements do as well. It's just I want you guys to be moving in different kind of ways, not also just keeping it always linear or doing the same things. Just trying to do some variety in here and kind of add some mobility to keep it fun. So that's Thursday. Friday's workout, we got our upper body strength day, kind of like Wednesday and similar to Monday. We got strict press, 3 sets of 5, building up in weight, and then we got 5 sets of 5, all that kind of that 1 to 2 reps in reserve, basically at the same weight. All across the 5 reps, and compared to last week, we're a little bit heavier there. We're working on upper body pushing strength, so this is the focus on this. And then once this is done, guys, the workout today, we're getting outside. I know I got you guys going outside on the grand opening if you were there. A little chilly. Hopefully, April 3rd, we are warming up and getting those garage doors swinging open. So we got 3 rounds for time of 400-meter run and a 30-second also hold with any implement, parallels, rings, bar, off the ground, whatever it is. The goal is to challenge the midline, and the running is mainly the cardiovascular component of this. It's like a break from the L-sits. So I was mentioning here to choose a progression for the L-sit where you're breaking it up into 3 sets of 10 seconds, where that's challenging but doable for the majority of all the rounds there. So maybe some of you guys might be doing it off of the bar. Some of you guys might be doing it off of the rings. Rings, I would say, is the hardest. Like if you are doing it off the rings move. Parallels are going to be more stable, so it's a little easier. And I think personally, like the easiest will probably be the hanging variation of this. But everyone's a little bit different. Let's find something that is right for you personally. That's going to be the best way or the right dosage for you to get the right stimulus out of this workout, meaning we challenge the midline, but not something that's super easy where we're holding 30 seconds easily and then it's just becoming a cardio workout. It's more about this L-sit that I'm worried about. Building up that 90 seconds total across 3 rounds is going to be pretty tough. So I want you guys to be choosing something that you're breaking these L-sits up into 3 sets. Okay, so that's Friday. And then our last 2 days of the week, we got our Saturday conditioning intervals. Fun little workout here. This one is a 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off that you're just chipping away through this. So we're going to start with the bike. We're going to start the clock 30 seconds, do as much work, chip away at the workout as much as possible, and then you're going to take 30 seconds off. So maybe you got 10 calories in, and then we got another 65 calories left to go. When you're done the calories, you're going to get into the burpees. Do the same 30 second on, 30 second off. That's kind of like your way of chipping away at the workout. And then wherever you get to in that rest, and then you're gonna get back into it on those 30-second intervals there. So we're pushing hard on each one, but we're doing it at a pace that's sustainable because we got a ton of intervals. We got 40 minutes to work through it, lots of time. But we want to keep the intensity high enough, but we'll be able to repeat the amount of reps every round too as well. That's Saturday. And then our Sunday workout, we got our nice little mobility strengthening day. Again, like a little lower intensity, working on different kind of movements and just keeping our body healthy, just moving in different ways, keeping the novelty in our movement. So we're going to work on the shoulder and the elbow today, really external positions or externally rotated positions, and working on positions that allow our elbow to kind of get into a better position. Same with our shoulder. So we're going to work on external rotations, abductions, and extensions, and we're going to do isometrics to strengthen those positions. Isometrics are basically holds that we're doing. And it really helps us kind of get into those positions and feel the muscles, really strengthen tendons, and get ourselves more acquainted with those positions without like trying to force into that position, go into it fast dynamically. This is kind of like the first baby step you want to take. And it's a good way to kind of like unload a little bit, not go as intense, and really just pay attention to movement today and create awareness, because that's the first kind of piece. So we're going to focus on that for the first half, and it's going to be a great little warm up to kind of prep the upper body for our workout, which is an AMRAP 16 of Turkish get-ups, Turkish sit-ups, I should say, horizontal ring rows with a supinated grip, so kind of a chin up grip when we're grabbing onto the rings, and then 60 single skips. 16 minutes in this workout. We're trying to just move through as many rounds as possible, and we're going to challenge the upper body and the midline strength here. So really about today is like, let's just be aware of the movements and focus on how we're moving, and kind of sprinkle in or dial in that speed or the intensity as you see fit. As long as you're moving at a steady pace in this one, you are going to be getting the stimulus. A lot of this is more kind of strength-based than it is cardio-based. So you'll be moving a little slower, and that's okay. Just kind of take your time with it. But awesome day to kind of build upper body strength and to build midline strength too as well. So hope you guys are excited to attack this week, and stay tuned for updates for the following week. Have a good one, guys.